Two people, same starting line, both 25, both $12,000 in debt, same income, same bills, same rent. If you looked at their bank statements side by side on day one, you genuinely could not tell them apart. Fast forward 2 years, one of them is completely debt-free. The other somehow owes more than when they started, not less, more. 2 full years of payments, and they're worse off than the day they began. What happened? Was one of them smarter? Did one get a raise, a bonus, some secret side hustle nobody told you about? No, nothing like that. One of them was playing checkers, the other was playing chess. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how thinking like a chess player could save you thousands of dollars, no matter how much money you actually make. Stick with me, because the mistake most people make isn't obvious. It's the move that feels the smartest in the moment, the one that feels responsible. I'm going to show you exactly what it is, exactly why it backfires, and exactly what to do instead. Here's what everyone tells you to do when you're in debt. Work more hours. Skip the coffee. Cancel the subscriptions. Pick up a side hustle. That stuff helps. I'm not going to tell you a latte is ruining your life. But here's the uncomfortable truth. None of that is the actual reason people stay stuck in debt for years. You could cut every latte for the rest of your life and still lose this game if you're making one specific mistake. And I'd bet good money you're making it right now, without even realizing it. So let's actually understand the game you're playing, because most people don't know the rules. Imagine you're sitting across a chessboard from someone, except there's a catch. Every time it's your turn to move, they secretly get a second move too. You don't see it happen in real time. You just notice, a few turns later, that they're somehow way ahead. You made good moves, you played carefully, and you're still losing. That's exactly how high-interest debt works. Every month, while you're living your life, going to work, paying rent, your credit card company is making a move too. It's called interest. It doesn't take a day off. It doesn't wait for you to catch up. Here's the part that actually stings. You pay $50 toward your balance. You feel good about it. You did the responsible thing. And while you weren't looking, interest quietly added $70 right back onto that same balance. Net result? You're $20 worse off than when you started, despite doing the responsible thing. You didn't lose ground because you're lazy. You lost ground because the game was never fair to begin with. Your opponent designed the board. Okay, deep breath. That's the bad news. Here's the good news. Once you understand the rules, this becomes very beatable. Let's make it real with actual numbers. Say this is your situation. 3 debts. Credit card, $3,500 at 0% interest. If I stopped 100 random people on the street and asked which one to pay off first, almost every single one says the same thing. The $6,000 loan. Obviously, it's the biggest one. Makes sense on paper, right? Except that's precisely the wrong move. It's the mistake that quietly keeps people in debt for years longer than they need to be. Here's the chess lesson. The biggest piece on the board isn't always the most dangerous one. A pawn can't do much on its own, but one queen can control the entire board by herself. Size doesn't equal danger. Speed does. Your credit card is the queen, less than half the size of that loan, but it's attacking you every single month, from every angle. That $3,500 balance is quietly costing you about $70 a month, just for existing. Let that sink in. You go to work, taxes come out, you finally get paid, and before you've bought a single grocery item, before rent, before you've saved $1 for yourself, $70 is already evaporated. That's not paying off debt, that's paying rent on money you already spent months ago. Wild, when you think about it that way. Now here's exactly where most people accidentally sabotage themselves. This isn't about laziness. This is good intentions gone sideways. They throw an extra $50 here, an extra $30 there. They split it evenly across all 3 debts because it feels fair, it feels productive. But imagine sitting across that chessboard, staring right at your opponent's queen, the piece actually beating you, and instead of attacking it, you spend every turn nudging random pawns around for no reason. You're moving, you're not winning. Chess players call this wasting tempo, burning turns on moves that don't change the outcome. Money works exactly the same way. Every extra dollar needs to attack the highest interest rate first, not the biggest balance, not the one that stresses you out the most. The highest rate. Full stop. This strategy has a name. The Debt Avalanche. Sounds dramatic. It kind of is, in a good way. Here's how it works. Minimum payments still go toward every debt. You're not ignoring the other two. But every extra dollar becomes one laser-guided attack on whichever debt has the highest rate. Nothing else gets that bonus money until that one is dead. And once that first debt is gone, something shifts. That entire minimum payment doesn't disappear. It gets added to your attack on the next debt. Your firepower grows every time you eliminate one. That's when it starts to snowball. Why does this matter mathematically, not just as a metaphor? Because interest compounds. Every dollar you eliminate today is a dollar that can never generate more interest tomorrow. It's gone. It stops multiplying permanently. In chess terms, you just took the queen off the board, and once she's gone, the rest of the game gets dramatically easier. Let's run the actual numbers. Say you find an extra $300 a month and throw it directly at that credit card, Avalanche style. At minimum payments alone, that card takes almost 5 years to pay off. With the Avalanche method, gone in about 10 months. Not 5 years, 10 months. And instead of paying nearly $2,000 in interest, you pay a few $100 total. That's over $1,500 that stays in your pocket. Not because you got a raise, not because you started investing, just because you made the right move first. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, because I get this comment every single time I talk about this. What about the debt snowball? You've probably heard of it. Instead of attacking the highest interest rate, you attack the smallest balance first, regardless of interest rate, because paying off a whole debt fast feels like a win, and that momentum keeps you motivated. And honestly, that's not a bad point. Motivation matters. If you attack the biggest, scariest debt first, and it takes 2 years to see any progress, some people give up entirely. That's real. But here's the trade-off nobody tells you about. The snowball method can genuinely cost you more money in the long run, sometimes hundreds or even thousands more, depending on your rates. Because you're letting your highest interest debt sit there longer while you knock out smaller, cheaper balances first. So which one is actually right for you? If you know yourself, and you know that seeing a debt hit zero is the only thing keeping you motivated to continue, the snowball might be worth the extra cost, because a plan you actually stick with beats a perfect plan you abandon in month 3. But if you can stay disciplined without that quick win, the Avalanche saves you real money every single time, guaranteed by the math. There's no wrong answer here. There's just an honest trade-off between psychology and dollars, and only you know which one you actually need. Let's talk about the mistakes that trip people up once they've picked their method and actually start. Mistake number 1, not listing every single debt before you begin. You cannot attack the board if you don't know what's on it. Balance, interest rate, minimum payment, all 3, for every debt you have, written down in one place before you send a single extra dollar anywhere. Mistake number 2, forgetting the minimums on your other debts. The Avalanche method only works if every debt stays current. Miss a minimum payment on a lower priority debt to throw more at your target, and you'll get hit with late fees and credit damage that can undo months of progress in a single mista. Key: minimums are non-negotiable on every debt every single month. Mistake number 3, and this is the big one, quitting when the first debt takes longer than expected. Real life isn't a straight line. Some months you'll find that extra $300. Some months, car repairs or unexpected bills eat into it, and you can only throw $50 instead. That's fine, that's normal. The mistake isn't a slow month. The mistake is treating a slow month as proof the plan doesn't work and abandoning it entirely. One skipped attack doesn't undo the strategy, quitting the strategy does. Now maybe you're watching this thinking, that's great, but I don't have an extra $300 lying around anywhere in my budget. Here's the thing. The number doesn't have to be $300. Even an extra $100 a month, Avalanche style, on that same $3,500 credit card, cuts your payoff time by more than half compared to minimums alone, and saves you real money in interest. This strategy scales to whatever you actually have. The principle matters more than the exact dollar amount. Attack the highest rate first, with whatever extra you can genuinely find, even if it's small. Small, consistent pressure on the right target still beats large, scattered payments on the wrong one. And that's really the whole lesson here. The debt avalanche isn't complicated. It's honestly kind of boring, mathematically. But most people never do it, because the biggest number always feels like the scariest one, even when it isn't the most dangerous one. Remember those 2 people from the beginning? Same debt, same income, same bills, same starting line. The one who ended up debt-free wasn't smarter, and she didn't earn more. She just stopped playing checkers, moving random pieces around, chasing whatever felt urgent that week. She started playing chess. She found the piece actually attacking her, and she took it out first, every time. That's the whole game. The best move isn't always the one that feels the most satisfying. It's the one that actually improves your position. So here's what I want you to do right now. Comment your highest interest rate debt down below. Not the balance, the rate, and I'll personally tell you what your first move should be. And if this video actually changed how you're going to attack your own debt, that's exactly what this channel is for. Hit that like button. It genuinely helps this reach more people stuck in the same spot you were 5 minutes ago. And if you want more videos like this, breaking down real money strategy without the fluff, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because trust me, this isn't the last game I'm going to help you win. I'll see you in the next one.